I am willing to bet a significant sum of money. We'll put it up to anybody who wants to name 10 partnerships that are $500 million or more of management and pit those after fees against the S&P over a 10-year period. If you go to the internet, if you put in longbets.org, people take the opposite side of various propositions that have a long tail to them and make bets as to the outcome and gives their reason. Some years ago, I made a wager and I promised to report a rather obvious lesson, which was what I hoped to drive home to some degree by offering to make the wager originally. Incidentally, when I offered to make the wager, and I would bet that over a 10-year period, that the unmanaged index would beat these 5 funds that were all being managed by people who were charging incredible sums to people because of their supposed expertise. If they had a 2 and 20 arrangement with Berkshire, which is not uncommon in the hedge fund world, it's a compensation scheme that is unbelievable. And no consultant in the world is going to tell you just buy an S&P index fund and sit for the next 50 years. You don't get to be a consultant that way. And you certainly don't get an annual fee that way. So the consultant's got every motivation in the world to tell you, this year I think we should concentrate more on international stocks, or this year this manager's particularly good on the short side. And so they come in and they talk for hours, and you pay them a large fee, and they always suggest something other than just sitting on your rear end and participating in American business without cost. So the result is, after 8 years and several hundred hedge fund managers being involved, is that now the totally unmanaged fund by Vanguard with very, very, very minimal costs is now 40-some points ahead of the group of hedge funds. Now that may sound like a terrible result for the hedge funds, but it's not a terrible result for the hedge fund managers. These managers, you've got this top level manager that's charging probably 0.5%. I don't know that for sure. And down below, you've got managers that are probably charging 1.5% to 2%. So if you have a couple percentage points sliced off every year, that is a lot of money. The people who don't do anything have to do better than the people that are trying to do better. I mean, that's simple. And I hoped through making this bet to actually create a little example of that. But that offer was open to anybody. And I would make incidentally the same offer now, except being around in 10 years to collect gets a little more problematic as we go through life.